Alright guys, this is just going to be a quick video on the rest of the results from the 2023 Europa Pro, including wellness, figure, fitness, and bikini. I'm going to kind of limit the commentary here, because honestly I don't have too much to say about these placings outside of wellness. Coming in first place in wellness was Sandra Colorado Acao, and we covered her in the recap of the 2023 Toronto Pro Super Show. Her tan looked a little bit darker at that show, but she seemed a little bit more filled out, and a little bit more pumped up in the upper body. Honestly, everybody's tan looked a little bit off at this show, so I'm starting to think that it was the blue backlighting that really made everything look a little bit lighter than it actually was. So yeah, Sandra looked really good here, and she's been on a tear this year. Great conditioning, and her glutes are truly a thing of beauty. So be sure to check out the full video on Instagram, because YouTube doesn't like some of the poses that these wellness competitors do, if you know what I mean. In second place was Claudia Vanessa Suri, and she brought a really beautiful look. She kind of looked smoothed out compared to some of the other wellness competitors we've seen, but her look was still really well done. Also, I think she might be a little bit taller, so by default she already has the longer and leaner muscles, which make it a challenge when compared to shorter competitors who look stacked. Their shorter frames give the illusion of more fullness and thickness in the muscles. I mean, you look at this side by side with Sandra right here, and Sandra's thighs look twice as big from this angle, but I'm still a big fan of what she was able to bring here. In third place was Paula Dominguez Garcia, and if I didn't know any better, I'd say Rayanne Fogel is her role model, and that's definitely not a bad thing. I can't wait to see what the Olympia brings. She looked really pretty, and it was a well-deserved third place finish, but the full arm tattoo on her right side hid some of the definition. I think we're going to start to see that size and definition in the arms is going to play more of a part in wellness, and it's possible that tattoos like hers could factor into her placings one day. In fourth place was Nareldi Garcia Stray, and you might remember her from winning the Masters Olympia. She looked pretty much on point with that showing. She just didn't have that fullness and complete look that Sandra did, so that's why she got bumped down a few placings at the Open. Rounding out fifth was Charlene Moss, and she looked really good in the lower body. It was just her upper body that was a little bit skinny. It looks like not a single wellness competitor in the top 5 was from the USA. Apparently the rest of the world is committed to wellness, but sometimes it really seems like only a handful of women from the USA are. Wellness is the international sport. Okay, let's hop over to figure. In first place was Gabriela Linhartova, and she looked really good here, but again I'm wondering if it's a lighting issue, because she looks a lot smoother than Autumn Cleveland or Jessica Reyes Padilla. Speaking of Jessica Reyes Padilla, I think she's one of Linda Murray's new faves, because she's been spending a lot of time with her filming videos in the gym and developing a lot of promo material. Of course, then again, Sarah Villegas and the Queen are too, but I still think Gabriela looked really good. She kind of has that old school aesthetic where it was less about seeing every individual muscle fiber and more about the overall shape and size of the muscle, and I like that. In second place was Paula Ranta, and she looked a little bit deflated in some of the front poses when you look at her next to Gabriela. She just needs to work on more fullness and size, particularly in the upper body, but she did have some really interesting vascularity going on in the backs of the hamstrings. You don't see that every day. Coming in third was Ira Bahar, and I might have put her in front of Paula just because it looked like she might have brought fuller conditioning and a prettier overall look. In fourth place was Anna Koshkar, and honestly I might have put her in front of Paula too. She's like a foot taller than everybody else. A true Amazon woman. Crazy. Rounding out fifth was Nadine Claudia Huber, and I like her overall look with the platinum hair, but I think her placing was pretty fair. She just needs to add a little bit more size to be more competitive. And we're moving over to fitness really quick. I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed in the caliber of the competitors here. Granted, they have to do a gymnastics floor routine, but it's always more exciting when the women bring a level of muscularity that's on par with the figure ladies, like Ariel Catter did back at the Arnold in March. Michaela Pavliova took first, Amy Hamilton took second, Mina Pujolati took third, Nicolette Sasbo took fourth, and Donnie Chow took fifth. Last but not least, here are the bikini placings. Valeria Fedorenko took first, Chantal Hill took second, Lisa Reith took third, Otavia Maza took fourth, and Christina Brunauer took fifth. That'll wrap things up on the 2023 Europa. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment about your thoughts on the placings, and subscribe for more great women's strength and bodybuilding content as we're getting closer and closer to the Olympia.